Hello everyone, DeckTrolls here, and today I have for you my Shady Trains, Shaddoll train deck. So yeah, my Shady Trains. Remember, I have 100 plus budget-friendly deck profiles, so this is going to be a lot of fun content coming your guys' way. So please make sure to like and subscribe for more fun content. Alright, let's get to it. We got 3 Night Express Knight. Cannot be special summoned from the deck. You can normal summon this card without tributing, but its original attack becomes 0. It's a level 10 machine type earth monster. And yeah, you basically go into either your Shikinaga or your rank 10 trains. You got 3 Heavy Freight Train Duracrane. If an Earth Machine type monster is normal summoned or special summoned to your side of the field except during the damage step, you can special summon this card from your hand, but its original attack and defense becomes halved. You can only use this effect of Heavy Freight Train Duracrane once per turn. If this card is detached from an Xyz monster and sent to the graveyard to activate a monster effect, you can target one card your opponent controls and destroy it. So it's cool because when you do pitch it as a material, you get an extra effect off of it. We got 3 Ruffian Railcar. This is your only level 4 train monster you're going to be using. Once per turn, you can inflict 500 damage to your opponent. You cannot conduct your battle phase the turn you activate this effect. During the end phase, if this card is in the graveyard because it was sent there this turn, you could add 1 level 10 Earth Machine type monster from your deck to your hand. You can only use this effect of Ruffian Railcar once per turn. So you're going to be using this card with your field spell to be able to make it a rank 10 and use it as a material for your Xyz plays. But if you're not, you're going to be using it as a a fusion material for the Shikinaga. That's it for our trains. Now for our Shaddolls, we have 2 Shaddoll Beast. Flip. You can draw 2 cards, then discard 1 card. If this card is sent to the graveyard by a card effect, you can draw 1 card. You can only use a 1 Shaddoll Beast effect per turn and only once that turn. You got 2 Shaddoll Dragon. Flip effect. You can target 1 card your opponent controls, return it to the hand. If this card is sent to the graveyard by a card effect, you can target 1 spell or trap card on the field, destroy it. You can only use 1 Shaddoll Dragon per turn and only once that turn. You have 2 Shaddoll Squamata. Flip effect. You can target 1 monster on the field, destroy it. If this card is sent to the graveyard by a card effect, you can send 1 Shaddoll from your deck to the graveyard. Except Shaddoll Squamata, you can only use the effect of Shaddoll Squamata effect once per turn and only once that turn. This is a good card, honestly, because you get to thin your deck out just a little quicker just to use it. You got 2 Shaddoll Falco. Flip effect and tuner, but I don't have any synchros in the deck, but still, it's a tuner. Flip. You can target 1 Shaddoll monster in your graveyard, except Shaddoll Falco. Special summon it in face-down defense position. If this card is sent to the graveyard by card effect, you can special summon it in face-down defense position. You can only use 1 Shaddoll Falco effect per turn and only once that turn. Lastly, 1 Shaddoll Hedgehog. Flip effect. You can add 1 Shaddoll spell or trap card from your deck to your hand. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can by a card effect, you can add one Shaddoll monster from your deck to your hand. Except Shaddoll Hedgehog, you can only use one Shaddoll Hedgehog effect per turn, and only once that turn. And lastly, for our monsters in the main deck, we got 2 Mathematician. When this card is normal summoned, you can send one level 4 or lower monster from your deck to the graveyard. When this card is destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, you can draw 1 card. Which is cool because he's also an Earth-type monster, so he's also able to be used as a fusion material. So for our spells, and we don't have any traps in the deck, so for the rest of the deck, the spells are 3 Revolving Switchyard. If a level 10 Earth Machine type monster is normal or special summoned to your side of the field except during the damage step, you can activate this effect. Your opponent takes no battle damage for the rest of the turn, even if this card leaves the field. Also, you special summon one level 4 Earth Machine type monster with 1800 or more attack from your deck, and if you do, it becomes level 10. You can send one machine. You can send from your hand to the graveyard. You can send 1 card from your hand to the graveyard. Add a level 10 machine type monster from your deck to your hand. You can only use 1 Revolving Switchyard effect per turn, and only once that turn. You have 2 Terraforming. Add 1 field spell from your deck to your hand. You got 3 Shaddoll Fusion. Fusion summon 1 Shaddoll Fusion monster from your extra deck using monsters from your hand or your side of the field as fusion materials. If your opponent controls a monster that was special summoned from the extra deck, you can also use monsters in your deck as fusion materials. You can only activate 1 Shaddoll Fusion per turn. And we got 3 Shaddoll Fusion. Fusion summon 1 Shaddoll Fusion monster from your extra deck using monsters from your hand or your side of the field as fusion materials. You can only activate 1 Shaddoll Fusion per turn. And it's cool because this card is a quick effect fusion. Basically, a quick effect poly for Shaddolls. And we got 1 Power Bond, because why would you not want to run Power Bond? I understand you're going to get some kind of damage, but totally worth it. So fun. Fusion summon 1 machine type fusion monster from your extra deck using monsters from your hand or field as fusion materials, and it gains attack equal to its original attack. During the end phase of the turn this card is activated, you take damage equal to the amount of attack gained from this effect at the time of the summon. You got 2 limiter removals, because you get a doubled up monster and then double it up again. Why not? Double the attack of all machine type monsters you currently control until the end of this turn. During the end phase of this turn, destroy those monsters. You got 1 Allure of Darkness. Draw 2 cards, then remove from play 1 dark monster from your hand. If you don't have any dark monsters in your hand to remove, send all your cards from your hand to the graveyard. You got 1 Monster Reincarnation. Discard 1 card and target 1 monster in your graveyard and add it to your hand. This is good for your Shaddolls. You can discard your Shaddoll, send it to the grave. It gets its effect off. You get probably one of your trains back from your grave to your hand, and yeah, just go off with that. 1 Book of Moon. Target 1 face-up monster on the field. Change that target to face-down defense position. 1 MST. Target 1 spell or trap on the field. Destroy that target. 1 Soul Charge. Target any number of monsters in your graveyard. Special summon them, and if you do, you lose 1,000 life points for each monster special summoned by this effect. You cannot conduct your battle phase the turn you activate this card. You can only activate 1 Soul Charge per turn. And lastly, one Foolish Burial. Send one monster from your deck to the graveyard. Alright, so for our extra deck, we have 3 Shaddoll Shikinaga. It requires 1 Shaddoll monster and 1 Earth monster. Must first be fusion summoned during either player's turn. When a special summon monster activates its effect while you have a Shaddoll card in your hand, you can negate the activation, and if you do, destroy that monster. Then send 1 Shaddoll card from your hand to the graveyard. You can only use the effect of Shaddoll Shikinaga once per turn. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can target 1 Shaddoll spell or trap card in your graveyard and add it to your hand. So it's cool because even once it gets destroyed, you get to get your fusion options back. So, yeah. You got 1 Sky Palace, Gengaridai. I've never been great with this name. Requires 2 level 10 monsters. You can detach 1 material from this card, then target 1 card your opponent controls, destroy that target, and if you do, inflict 1,000 damage to your opponent. You can only use the effect of Sky Palace Gengaridai once per turn. This card cannot attack the turn you activate this effect. Also, it is 3,400 attacks, so yeah, that's a fun one. You got 2 Super Dreadnought Rail Cannon Gustav Max. Requires 2 level 10 monsters. Once per turn, you can detach 1 Xyz material from this card and inflict 2,000 points of damage to your opponent. I failed to mention, Shikinaga is level 10, so she can be used as a material to summon one of your Xyz monsters. And lastly, we got 2 number 81 Super Dreadnought Rail Cannon Super Dora. Dora is amazing. So, requires 2 level 10 monsters. Once per turn, during either player's turn, you can detach 1 material from this card, target 1 face-up monster on the field. That target is unaffected by card effects, except for its own effects, until the end of this turn. So generally, you're going to be using it on itself and basically attacking into things. And you can double up with some limiter removals and it won't be destroyed because its own effect. So that's great. Alright guys, so that is my whole profile for this. There are no links. Alright, so that's my Shaddoll train deck, my Shady Trains. Tell me what you like, tell me what you dislike, what would you do to improve it. Yeah, remember I have 100 plus deck profiles, so there's going to be a lot of fun content coming your way, so please make sure to like and subscribe, and most importantly, have fun.